Hi everyone, Bernard here with the latest Citizen vlog, and it's City present. I'm looking forward to the trip down to Wembley. Unfortunately, we won't be going there, will we? Not us anyway, not the fans, but the boys will be going down, won't they, with the hangers on, with the staff, etc., who will be there at Wembley on Saturday the 18th of July. 7:45 p.m. kickoff. We'd only be moaning about getting home, wouldn't we, if we were going down now? 7:45 p.m. kickoff. We'd only be having a whinge. I'm sure it wouldn't have been 7:45. It'd have been if fans had been going down there. But it's sort of nice and handy for the TV, isn't it? So I think it's on BT Sport. Is it? I'll have to find somewhere to watch it. I don't have BT Sport, and I can't always get a reliable stream, so I might go down to my lads and see what he's what if he can get it or somewhere. It's pathetic, isn't it? I mean, but that's the life we live in when you can't get to the games, unfortunately, when you're not allowed to get to the games. Yeah, Manchester City Arsenal. Please, if you're new to this channel, please push that subscribe button. Tell your friends, push that notification so you know these little vlogs and information vlogs on City and City past and present. A lot of history stuff as well as out there. Yeah, Manchester City versus Arsenal. Been here before, haven't we, quite recently? Semi-final against Arsenal. More on that in a moment. How did we get there? I forgot. I couldn't even remember. I couldn't even think back to who we played in the third and fourth round. I was struggling on the fifth round. I just about remember the quarter-final, to be honest with you. So yeah, I mean, Arsenal, third round. Arsenal won Leeds 0, so they beat Leeds 1-0. Of course, we beat Port Vale 4-1. Of course we did. I was there, but I don't remember much about it. I think Port Vale did they score first. I have no idea. Fourth round, Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 2. City 4, Fulham 0. So that was yeah, quite comfortable again, wasn't it? Fifth round, Portsmouth 0, Arsenal 2. And City, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Manchester City 1. So there you go, Sheffield Wednesday. So I would have had to think long and hard to remember that one. And of course, after lockdown, Sheffield United 1, Arsenal 2, so that was a 2-1 win at Sheffield for Arsenal. Good win at Sheffield. And obviously we had a 2-0 win up at Newcastle. So yeah, interesting. And nice easy draws for City. We're always getting easy draws, but then again, when you're one of the best teams in the league, or perhaps in the world, people claim, every draw is going to be easy, isn't it? Doesn't it? It's very hard to get a tough draw, isn't it, when you're the best? But hey, there you go. We're not quite the best this season, are we? But I think we are. I think we are, because we still can prove we're the best by picking up a trophy or two extra on to the one we've already got. I don't count the Community Shield. I know Pep does and other people, but certainly I don't count it as a trophy. Yeah, I mean, since the restart in the league, how Arsenal been doing? I mean, they're not a bit of a mixed bag, really. They've won 4, drawn 1, and lost 3 in the league. They lost towards 3-0, obviously, which was the first game back. That was, again, quite comfortable for us, wasn't it? They lost to Brighton 2-1. They won at Southampton, it's better than we did. They beat Norwich at home 4-0. They won away at Wolves, another good win, 2-0. They drew at home with Leicester, 1-1. They lost to Spurs, which is probably gutting the fans, and obviously this is going to save their season, because I think they sit ninth, don't they? Ninth in the league at the moment, Arsenal. So they need something, because if the Spurs are happily sat there up in the giddy heights of 7th as we're doing this. So just checking my league ladders there on the wall, my shoot league ladders. And they beat Liverpool, as I'm recording this, last night. Although they got absolutely battered by Liverpool. Actually, was it Arsenal had 3 shots, 2 on target, and scored 2 goals. Liverpool had 24 shots, 8 on target. Liverpool has 67% possession, Arsenal 33%. So surely they won't get that lucky against us. And, we're sure to have most of possession, hopefully. And surely they won't get all that luck again, will they? Fingers crossed. Yeah, they're currently 9th then on 53 points. Obviously, 22 points behind City. I'm sure we've been further than that ahead of them over recent years. So that's not bad for Arsenal. 22 points from Mr. Arteta. And of course, we had that I'm thinking about the most recent semi-final. I was having a quick look at the highlights again, 2016-17. Of course, I was there at that one. Arsenal 2, City 1. Pep's first season, wasn't it? A bit of a mixed bag, wasn't it? No trophies. Gutted. We had a good chance with the FA Cup. And to be honest with you, I mean, we shouldn't have really lost that. We hit the woodwork twice. We had a perfectly good goal disallowed, saying the ball had crossed the line when it hadn't. And Arsenal sort of again, possession-wise, chances-wise, we were the far better team, but obviously Arsenal took their chances better. And even towards the end, if you remember, Mr. KDB was put through, was storming through, and who was it to his left that he had to pass to? Not any sort of great striker to pass to up front, or even a midfielder. It was Mr. Delph, wasn't it? Mr. Delph come and put it in the side netting with only minute. I think it was the last couple of minutes, if I remember rightly, up at our end as well. So that was even more depressing, and we were out. And I can remember the arrogance of the Arsenal. I got into a little verbal confrontations with one or two Arsenal fans. Going back, I'm sorry to say, I don't grow up more. I don't grow up very gracefully, me, but they weren't very generous in victory. Were the Arsenal fans? So we know what they're like. So a little bit of revenge for that would be nice, because I think we were pretty much robbed that day, and we were quite unfortunate. So yeah, I mean, I'll go on to my little score prediction in a minute. And my team as well. I'll go on to my little team after I've done a quick look at the betting, please. I don't condone betting, and please only gamble sensibly and never gamble more than you can afford to lose, because if you know my little gambles, we do lose a bit. I mean, I had 3 bets the other day. The only one that worked out was a half-time, full-time at 4-7, but obviously I lost a little bit overall, because the other 2 bets went down, unfortunately. I had Mr. Gundogan to score any time, and he absolutely useless. He couldn't score. I was going to say something rude then, but I say he couldn't score somewhere that we don't talk about. Anyway, that's by the by. Let's have a quick look at the betting for this one. Right, for Arsenal to win this one, the 43-5, which is just over 8-1. That's the best. These are best prices, so I mean they will vary from bookmaker to bookmaker. Obviously, the draw's 19-4, so just under 5-1. And for City to win, it's 33-100. So obviously, if you put 100 quid on, you get 133 quid back. If you had 100 quid, if you got 100 pennies on, you got 133. Some people say that was worth it, but there you go. To win the FA Cup, City are obviously currently still the 8-13 on favourites. United are 9-2, Chelsea 5-1, and Arsenal 12-1, only because obviously they've got to beat us in the meantime. First goal scorer, Jesus is 9-2, Raheem 11-2, Mahrez 11-2, KDB 13-2, Bernardo 9-1, Foden 9-1, and David Silva 10-1. And the first Arsenal player that comes into the reckoning is Aubameyang at 8-1. Oh, I don't know how you pronounce that. Lacazette 11-1. Nikita, is it Nikita? I think that's a film, isn't it? 12-1, and Badigan 12. I mean, where did they get all these players from? They're not from not good English names. These are they? What's going on? Balogun 12-1. Both teams to score. Yes, it's 4-5 on. That's not a bad price. No is 11-10. I've been more inclined to go. I mean, I'm not doing it, but I'll be more inclined to go with the no on that one. Hopefully, someone won't score, but who knows? Correct score. These for City 2-0 7-1, 2-1 is 8-1, 1-0 is 17-2, 3-0 is 17-2, 1-1 is 10-1, 3-1 is 10-1, 4-0 is 14-1, 4-1 is 17-1, 2-2 is 19-1, 0-0 is 20-1, 3-2 is 25-1, and the lowest price or the highest price you can get on Arsenal is a 2-1 win for Arsenal is 28-1. So that's not a bad price actually on that. If you fancy an odd 50p, just in case it's a rerun of the last semi-final there. Half time, full times. There's a couple of bets here I'm doing. So I mean, you got City at 37-40, so almost evens. Draw and City to win the second half 7-2. A draw and a draw is 8-1. I mean, potentially could go to extra time. Yeah, my little Burnley's 3 best bets I'm going to do. Not going to go mad. I'm going to have KDB for first score at 13-2. So I'll have a couple of points on that. A couple of points on KDB at 13-2. Correct score. I'm gonna go for 3-1 at 10-1. I'll have a couple of points on that one as well. So a couple of quid on that one. 3-1 is at 10-1, and I'm going for a draw at half time and City to win full time 7-2. So that's not too bad. So I'll have another couple on that. I'm not going to go mad this week. I say I'm saving me money this week, but please, as I say, I don't condone gambling. Only gamble what you can afford, please. So that's my 3 little bets for this week. I'll see how they go. Right, the team. There we go. This is. Didn't have to think too long and hard on this. I looked at the Bournemouth game and who he played and who he didn't play. And you can put 2 and 2 together. There's just one sort of question mark over someone playing in case instead of someone else. I think this is probably the strongest team he can play on the day with what we've got available, which is pretty much everybody, isn't it, to be honest with you? I think he's go Edison now. He's not going to put Carson, is he? He's not going to throw us all a strange one and put Scott Carson in, is he? He's going to put Edison in goal, surely. Walker, Laporte, Fernandinho, Mendy, Rodri, Gundogan, Silva. You got Rodri and Gundogan there. Silva, David, KDB, Sterling, and Jesus. And the only sort of question mark is whether Mahrez will start the game. But who would he come in for? That's the thing. Would he risk not playing Gundogan and put Mahrez in? Because he's got Werner at the back and Rodri in front. So perhaps we don't really need a Gundogan in there. But knowing Pep and Mr. Gundogan, who he loves to bits, I'm going with that one anyway. The only question mark is Mahrez. So if we don't get at least 9 or 10 right of this side, I'll be very, very disappointed with my team picking this week. Yeah, and before I go, just a couple of things that I've found on social media, on Twitter, etc. Obviously, it's all been you've all seen it about the cast, etc. But what I really like was Pep's. I mean, this is the first time. I mean, I've got a little bit downer on Pep. He's not really stuck up for the fans much over the time he's been there, and he's certain things with the Champions League, etc., etc. And we always feel not underappreciated. I mean, it's not up to the manager to love us, is it? Like we love the club, I mean, it's not like that. But this is the first time he's got sort of really behind and mentioned Main Road, isn't it? In that rant he went on in the press conference, and that's fantastic because I think this has wore him down. I mean, I know he's kept it under wraps, obviously, when he's been questioned by the press for many, many months about this thing, and even now, obviously, we're not escaping the wrath of the press. They're trying to dig over things and make things up and etc just to fit the agenda, which is par for the course. But it was just nice to see Pep going on about our legends, the Summerbys and the Colin Bells, etc, and the fact of Main Road, and he loves this club, and that's what we want to see as fans. I mean, we've just asked for a little bit of that passion, a little bit of support from Pep, as to because he has picked on us a little, not picked on us, but he has commented, and and we're not always been great, the Etihad hasn't always been bouncing, but he's never really come out when it has been bouncing and praised anyone. He's not that sort of guy. Perhaps he's not that sort of guy, I don't know, but it was nice to see his impassioned plea anyway, and it was nice to see obviously all the whinge, the Mourinho whinging about things, Klopp whinging about things. Get on, What Mourinho? I mean, I saw a thing on Twitter. I can't remember the exact figures. As a manager, he spent like 1.6 billion on 90 odd players. And Pep's bought 50 odd players for like 1.2 billion. So Mourinho's, talk about glass houses and throwing stones. I mean, he's just so annoying. He's annoying me for 3 or 4 years anyway. He was a breath of fresh air, wasn't he? Now he's a miserable old fart that I don't really want to listen to. And he's a horrible, horrible man. Absolutely don't like him, dislike him with a vengeance, Mourinho. And he won't last long at Tottenham, will he? I mean, he's not going to last long there. He's a bit excited now because they've just beat. Obviously, they've won a couple of games, but he's not going to last long at Tottenham. So anyway, that's my little rant. I mean, that's my little rant, wasn't it, with Pep? Had a great thing there with the Denzel Brown at Mr. DJ Brown 1968. I think he put this together. He may have took it from somewhere else, but obviously the Hateful Eight, which was quite made me laugh. The cartoon there with the Hateful Eight, and obviously I believe Wolves have sort of pulled out of this Hateful Eight now. They sort of they were in the original group with the cast asking us to be banned, and obviously they've now not reformed with the Hateful Eight, but they still did it in the first place, so Wolves can do one as well. They're still part of my Hateful Eight, so that image, fantastic image. And I've just learned a little bit before this, that they're going to be doing the 5 substitutes next season with the Premier League, which I don't particularly agree with. It just gives opportunities for managers to waste time, unfortunately. All right, it will give us opportunities to waste time occasionally, but how many times do we have to do it? And you can count on one hand in a season the times we have to sort of waste time in that way. I mean, we can waste time by knocking it about, when we're 3 or 4 up. But I mean, I can see that. I can see that teams coming to the Etihad and, obviously they're going to make full use of this substitution thing, which I don't agree with the 5 subs. I don't know what you think. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Yeah, so as you can see from my bet, I think 3-1. 3-1 again. Yeah, that's it on social media. Say that it's mainly cast stuff and all this sort of thing, which you've probably seen anyway. So, but Pep, yeah, I love the passion, Pep. Thank you. No 5 substitutes, no, and the Hateful Eight can do one. I'll remember. I've got a long memory. I'll keep it. It won't keep it filed up here because I'll forget. I'll write on a bit of paper who the Hateful Eight are and keep reminding myself. So there you go. Yeah, 3-1 for City against Arsenal. I'm going for. If it all goes to form, you never know. As I say, they were so lucky against Liverpool. Sure, they can't be lucky. Then again, we were lucky against Bournemouth, so I can't really. It's a bit unfair to say that, isn't it? So. Yeah, but I mean, it's not played on paper, is it? On paper, we should have too much for Arsenal. And do we want United or Chelsea? I'm not bothered, to be honest. We won't be there. We can't be there, can we? So, does it really matter who we get of United or Chelsea? To be honest with you, it'd be nice to play United and beat them, but we've not got the greatest record this season, and they're doing okay, aren't they? They're not doing too bad, the old rags. So, yeah. Anyway. Please let me know in the comments what you think and what your team will be. Let me know your team if you get a chance. If you've got a minute or two, just put your team down. Let me know what that is, and anything else you want to comment on. Fantastic. Please check all my little links that have been on the screen now for Twitter. And if you're more into Facebook, just if you follow me at Bernard Dineen, I'll follow everyone back, and I put a lot of stuff on there, as well as perhaps not as much as on Twitter. I'm more on Twitter than Facebook, but if you don't use Twitter, you can have a look on there as well. And moviegamenostalgia.com, my little website for rare DVDs, old rare DVDs, movie posters and board games. If you can find a couple of minutes to have a look on there for football for me, even if you don't buy anything, it's good for get me up the Google ladder, etc, etc. Anyway, thanks for watching today. I'll be back obviously with the review of the Arsenal semi-final. Hopefully it'll be a positive one. There's the old programme there in the background, and I've used that image with the bookmark for this, haven't I? So just sort of change the date, so why not, eh? It's my programme, do what I want with it. So yeah, please, I'll be back with that. And obviously, please check out my little Citizen Pass, which is a little one on Alan Oaks as well. I've just put out there recently, so please have a check of that as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to do this today. Have a great one. Look after yourself, look after your friends, look after your family. So I'll look after each other, Blues, eh? Until see you again on another Citizen Past or Present. This is Bernard saying goodbye for now, and up the Blues.